All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're gonna do a reaction to a Jimmy X High Roller video popped up on my feed here. Gonna give him a like real quick, and this one's called "Using Numbers to Find Out Who Had the Best Game in NBA History." And this one's intriguing. I'm very curious what the answer is going to be on this because I'm going in completely blind and I can't even begin to guess. So let's check it out together. Um, Link to the original video from Jimmy X is going to be in the description down below, as always. And yeah, let's check this out.
Last week, Damian Lillard had the performance of his career. On November 8th, Lillard dropped a career-high and franchise record 60 points in a loss against the Brooklyn Nets. 60 points on 58% shooting and a perfect 15 for 15 from the line. These numbers
8%.
are incredible. In fact,
Damn.
this stat line is so impressive, it ranks as the 54th best individual performance in modern NBA history.
If that is not even top 50 performances, we're in for some stuff here.
Well, his game ranks as the 54th highest game score since the introduction of the stat. See, game score is an interesting statistic. Created by John Hollinger in the early 2000s, game score is an all-encompassing number that accounts for everything a player does in a game. Everything. If it is
Damn.
a recorded stat,
Okay, off the top of my head, I'm thinking Joker's going to be in some of these. Um, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant is going to dominate. Um, if they kept track, then obviously Will Chamberlain is going to be all over this. But if they're not going to count that, then yeah, I'm seeing a lot of Kobe, Jordan, and a couple of Dames, and probably some Joker stuff because that guy's racking up all the stats.
the game score takes that into account. From points to field goal attempts and makes to turnovers and fouls. For reference, an average game score is 10, a good game score is 20, and an excellent game score is 30. Lillard's 60-point performance earned him a whopping game score of 46.8.
Nice.
Unfortunately, in order to calculate a game score, all basic stats must be tracked, so games prior to the 1978 season are not included. With that being said, there are bound to be things that this stat does not reflect. A 3-point buzzer beater to win a game is more significant than a 3 to open up the game, but in the game score, both of these shots hold the same value. So, although it
All right, so we're talking overall stats. We might see some LeBron in here too, then.
doesn't tell us how impactful a player's performance was, it does tell us how great a player's performance was statistically.
Yeah.
So, out of over 40,000 NBA games since 1978, who had the most dominant one? Well, to put into perspective how incredible a game must be to crack just the top 100, Larry Bird currently holds the 100th best game score since the stat was introduced, and he achieved it on March 12, 1985, when he dropped 60 and 7 on 61%.
That's getting you number 60? I'm sorry, number 100. He said the 100th place. That's insane. God damn, Larry Bird. What a game that was. 61% shooting. And he was always the best free throw shooter in the league. Damn.
Shooting and had a game score of 44.8. So if this stat line warrants the 100th spot, what do the top 10 look like?
Yeah, what are we in for?
Before we answer that question, let's dive into some of the more interesting best games ever. On December 13th, 1994, an average NBA player by the name of Willie Burton had the game of his life when he dropped 53, 8, and 3 on 63% shooting. Willie managed to score 53 points on just 19 shots. In the best game he would ever play in his entire life, Burton achieved a game score of 49.6. Willie Burton has career averages that are, well, average. But on that night, Mans was playing like one of the greatest players ever. A similar event happened to 76ers guard Dana Barros back in March of 1995.
Dude, Dana Barros could go off. Yeah, history doesn't remember Dana, but he could go off from time to time.
Barrows, another average NBA player, morphed into prime Wilt Chamberlain for a night when he dropped 58 and 6 on 80% shooting.
81%?
What's even crazier is that Barrows was just 5'10 and shot only 2 free throws that night.
Yeah, I like that little dude. That guy was cool. But dude, shooting 81% for a game, like that's a zone beyond belief.
But the madness does not end there. As if this game wasn't crazy enough, at the time, our good old friend Willie Burton was on the same team as Barrows. What are the odds of that? The only two relatively unknown players in NBA history to earn a game score of over 40, and they were on the same team during one of those games.
Yeah, those Sixers had a couple wild
players
cards.
Having exceptional performances, that's it. Every other player to earn a top 100 game score is either a Hall of Famer, a future Hall of Famer, or a perennial All-Star. So,
Yeah, I'm going in so blind on this. Are we going to see some AI? I don't think so because of shot efficiency, but maybe he got into his zone one day. Are we going to see a Luka performance in there? Because he's had some ridiculous nights too. Like, I don't know, man. Are we going to see a Devin Booker in here?
Of over 40,000 NBA games that tracked a game score, which one was the highest and by who? In November of 2017, LeBron James piled up a stat line for the record books. 57, 11, 7, 3, and 2 on 65% shooting while sinking all 9 of his free throws.
Okay, 65% for him is ridiculous. And then going 9 for 9 at the free throw line, that's unheard of. He never does that. He's like a 70% free throw. So, yeah, he was in a freaking zone.
The Cavs got the win, and LeBron achieved a game score of 53.2, one of the highest game scores ever.
I want to look at that James Harden one. 58, 7, 10, 1 block, 4 steals, Harden? Get the hell out of here. He shot 73%. Damn. That performance is more shocking to me than a LeBron one because that efficiency is ridiculous. But man, yeah, LeBron got him. He got 4 more there. Yeah, he balanced out. Yeah, he just inched him. He just barely got him.
But only good for 9th all-time. In fact, his current teammate Anthony Davis has posted a higher game score in his career.
Yeah, because he had some games with like 20-something rebounds, 40 points. This is going to be cool.
In 2016, while facing off against the Pistons, a 22-year-old Anthony Davis put up 59 and 20 on 71% shooting, 1 point shy of a 60-20 game, and a game that would earn him a game score of 53.9. Good.
Okay, 50. Yeah, man. AD, when AD is healthy, like if AD was just healthy all the time, like this is Ron's best number 2 guy, but he's just not healthy all the time. But dude, 59, 20 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 blocks. That's kind of surprising. 0 steals. So he really wasn't playing defense that day. But 77% field goal. That's ridiculous. Man. Field goal attempts was 34. Damn.
For 8th best all time. But one of the most spectacular performances in NBA history came 3 seasons ago from a young Devin Booker when he led up the Celtics for 70 points. The kid was just 20 years old and he dropped 70 points. Add that to his 8 rebounds.
He went baby mamba.
6 assists and 3 steals while shooting 53% from the field and sinking 24 of 26 free throws, and you have a game score of 54.5, the 6th highest of all time.
Fuck, man. 78, 6 assists, 1 block, 3 steals. So he played defense too, man. Man, field goal attempts was 40, but he shot 68%. It's absolutely fantastic. Dude, Devin Booker can get into a zone like very few people I've ever seen. What the hell is Kevin McHale doing there? Dude. Kevin McHale We're gonna gloss over this, huh? 56 and 16. 4 assists, 3 blocks, 1 steal, shot 28 times, but shot 83%. Man, yeah. Kevin McHale was no joke.
But LeBron, AD, and Booker were all surpassed last season by a man who seems to have a historic night every other night. On January 30th, 2018, James Harden achieved the highest game score of any active NBA player when he put up a stat line straight out of a game of 2K. A 60-point triple-double. More specifically, a 60-11-10 triple-double with 4 steals, 63% shooting, and a game score of 56.6.
Man, when did he stop playing defense? Those 4 steals, man, and a block, 30 field goals, shot 79%, 60 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. Son of a bitch. Well, we're glossing over Michael Jordan right underneath him. Higher efficiency, 1 less point. Okay, yeah. James Harden wins this one. Less rebounds, less assists, 1 more block. I can't believe you got more steals than MJ there, bro. Jordan shot 3 less times, but put up 59. So that's great. Higher percentage. Man, I take either of those games any day of the week. Shoot.
This is a once-in-a-generation type game. Virtually a perfect game.
Yeah, man.
But somehow the Rockets still lost. And even more shocking,
that's the thing. Yeah, I always care about that more than the stat itself. Recently we had some record breaking nights. Luka put up 72, I think it was, or 73, something like that, and they won. And then like in the same week, Devin Booker put up 60 something. It was like 62 points, but we lost. And that pissed me off, man. Because when you got a guy putting in all that effort, but the rest of the team doesn't rally behind you, that fucking drives me nuts. Same thing happened to Jordan in the playoffs against the Celtics on his second season, when he put up 69 against them. And the team lost, because the team didn't rally behind him. So that kind of stuff really makes a difference. And these stats, it's like they're great, but it almost doesn't mean anything because the team lost. So it obviously didn't work.
This game ranks only 4th all-time in game score. In 1990, Karl Malone had a game that we would later know to be the greatest game of his prolific career.
No way.
In a near 50-point blowout against the Bucks, Karl Malone scored 61 points, grabbed 18 rebounds, dished out 2 assists, and picked 3 steals while shooting a ridiculous 81% from the field. A dominant performance across the board, and one that would earn him the 3rd highest game score.
What the hell? He's number 3. 61, 18, 2 assists, no blocks. What the hell, Carl? 3 steals. Shot 20 only 26 times. He shot only 26 times and he got 61 points. And mind you, this is the 80s or the 90s. Either way, I guarantee you Karl Malone didn't shoot a 3. So those are all 2-pointers. 84.4%. Fuck me, man. Damn, Karl Malone. Yeah. He's one of those guys. Time is forgetting Karl Malone because he didn't win a ring. And that's the only reason, because Karl Malone is one of the greatest of all time.
In NBA history of 60.2. Since 1978, only 2 players have had a better game.
Who's it going to be?
I'm sure you can guess.
Dude, Michael Jordan's got to have one. If Kobe Bryant's not on this list, I'm shocked. Like, come on. The 81-point game? It's got to be here. Right?
What one of those games is. It's January 22nd, 2006.
Okay.
The Lakers are playing the Raptors at home. In the month leading up to the game, Kobe Bryant was averaging 42 points.
And this one ends with a win. This one meant something. This was for real.
He was playing on a completely different level, but no one was aware of what they would soon witness that night. Because over the next 48 minutes, Kobe Bryant would score more points in a single game than any other player in modern NBA history. 81.
Yeah, to me, like this is the highest scoring game of all time, or highest scoring performance. I know Wilt was a beast, man, but that era was different. And I'm not trying to spark some crap here. I know we got to respect every single era, but Wilt Chamberlain was the biggest guy in his era, and there was just nobody who could physically compete with him. It was a different game. And I'm not taking away from the 100 points. I'm just saying for me, you never got to watch that game because there's no video footage of it. So it's almost like this purple dragon myth that happened. We all know it happened, but we never got to see it. Kobe, this performance, we got to watch this, and he was not nearly the biggest or strongest guy on the court. He worked his ass off for this, and they won.
A total we have yet to see any player approach since. And to add to his onslaught of buckets, Kobe piled up 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals while shooting 61% from the field and sinking 18 of his 20 free throws. A performance that would define the Black Mamba. A night that would earn him a game score of 63.5.
Okay. 81, 6, 2 assists. That's kind of funny, dude. He was just not looking to pass that day. 1 block and 3 steals. So, I mean, homie was playing defense at the same time. Shot 46 times. True shooting percentage, 74% while putting up 81 points. Bravo, sir. Bravo, Mamba. And they won. I feel like the last category, like right here, should be like win or loss.
But if 81 points is only good for the second best game since 1978, what could possibly be number 1?
Yeah, what the hell are we looking at here?
Bennett backs off another step.
Of course it's MJ. Of course it's MJ. I misspoke earlier when I said 69 points. I think this is the 69-point game. 63 was what he put up against Boston. I think this is against the Cleveland Cavaliers, 69-point game. But I don't know how this is going to outpace Kobe's. Because that's a lot less points. So then how did he make up for it? Let's find out. Let's find out what other stats he did to make up for it. God damn, man. No matter what, it's not because Jordan is my favorite. It's just that it's hilarious. At the top of every single one of these lists, Michael Jordan ends up on the top of it. Somehow he ends up on the top.
Step, he'll take it. He backed off another step, and Michael took him to the cleaner zone. Dribble the ball. He's so good. Jordan.
I mean, look how hard he has to work to get these points, man. Like, look at just this one play.
Dribble the ball. He's so
okay, not this one, but the next one. Got you.
Jordan
got you.
Air ball foul line.
He's got people all over him. There you go. Brad Daugherty, the center's going at him, chasing him down.
Jump shot. This will be good. Jordan. Over Bryant.
Double team.
That's what they've done.
Triple team.
There's Jordan. He got away from him.
Oh, good pick. Good pick. Double team.
He's got him.
Cleveland is absolutely shell-shocked right now. They can't believe that Michael Jordan can continue to do this to him. It's been unbelievable.
69 points for Michael Jordan.
You are watching, statistically, the greatest game since the introduction of GameScore. On March 28th, 1990, Michael Jordan amassed the best stat line of his entire career.
Rebounds.
69 points, 18 rebounds.
What?
6 assists, 4 steals on 62% shooting and 91% from the line.
Why?
A game that would earn him the highest game score ever recorded of 64.6.
Why is that never discussed? Holy crap. I knew about 69 points. Why do we not talk about the 8 freaking rebounds he got and the 4 steals and a block and he still freaking assisted 6 times? Holy shit. How do you have that much energy? How did he have that much energy to do all of that? Like rebounding back then consisted of boxing out. That made you tired, man. And they weren't defending zones. He was defending man to man. So to get those 4 steals and a block, that son of a bitch, Michael Jordan. How, wow, wow. I didn't expect him to be on top of this list. Damn.
To put into perspective how great this game was, there has
Jesus.
only been one player in modern NBA history to record a 60-20 game. Michael Jordan, a 6'6", 190-pound shooting guard,
Right.
nearly posted a 70-20 game while shutting down the court on the defensive end. I mean, it's only fitting that the greatest player of all time has the greatest game of all time.
And this is why when the Suns still had DeAndre Ayton, the guy drove me nuts. And the people out there who actually know me, you know what I'm talking about. Guy can't get us 10 rebounds a game. Get the fuck out of here. You know? If because I'm used to guys like Jordan and Kobe, like little guys who would get the damn rebounds. Even like John Stockton would do it back in the day. You know? So these big guys who are playing down low, you can't get me 10 rebounds a game, but you got a freaking motherfucker like Jordan coming in there and he can do what he wants. And then even Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was not tall. What was he, 6'7", 6'8"? And he'd go out there and get you 15 rebounds. No problem. So yeah, I'm sorry. It's Suns fan biased here. I'm so glad we got rid of DeAndre Ayton. Dude, I hated that guy so bad. He was the worst. Worst attitude, lazy as hell. Oh. All right, back to Jordan. My bad.
So here's a list of the top 10 highest game scores since 1978, 4 of which came from active players. Surprisingly, no centers cracked the top 10, but of the 8 players that did, 4 of them are shooting guards and 3 are power forwards.
Wow. James Harden's on twice. Braun once, Kobe once, Jordan on top. I got the Devin Booker part right. Wow, what a list.
Michael Jordan and James Harden are the only players that have multiple spots in the top 10. When looking at the top 100 game scores of all time, one
Jordan's
player stands
twice.
far above the rest. And to no surprise, it's MJ.
Here we
Jordan
go again.
has 18 of the top 100 game scores in NBA history.
And just so you know, these are Jimmy X High Roller. He's not biased at all, man. He just brings stats. He's a stat junkie. So it happens to be that Jordan's on top of these lists.
13 of which came in a 2-year span between 1987 and 1989. The player with the second most top 100 games is James Harden, and it has taken him 10 seasons to achieve 8. Jordan piled up 13
David Robinson
in 2 seasons.
Yeah, David Robinson was one of those dudes. He was so consistent. And you'd love what he's producing on a regular basis, but then every once in a while he just blows up for 60, 20 rebounds. Like, guy was crazy. Braun, Shaq would do the same thing when he wasn't being lazy. He'd go out there and knock your socks off. AD, same thing. Karl Malone was consistent as all hell. Dame can explode at any minute. I still believe in him. A lot of people giving him crap because he hasn't been playing that great with the Bucks. I believe in him personally. I think he's going to be just fine. They might figure it out by playoff times, but he's going to be just fine. Bird, same thing. Dwayne Wade could pop off any moment. Dominique, same thing.
David Robinson produced 6 of the top 100 games since the game score was introduced, and Kobe Bryant has produced 5. Even the best players to ever play may see just a few all-time games in their entire career. Take a look at this. From 1995 to 2014, a 20-year window, the entire NBA produced 32 all-time great performances. From 2015 to 2019, a 5-year window, the NBA has produced 29 all-time great performances.
Yeah, it's once again with the scoring inflation going on now. It's not surprising at all. And these dudes can shoot. No one's playing defense, and you're leaving these guys wide open. Shoot, they're going to knock it down. Guys like James Harden and Dame and Steph and all that. If you're not putting defensive pressure on them, I mean, this is what they practice all day, dribbling and shooting. They're going to knock them down. So yeah, a lot of these records are going to get crushed, I think, in the future, unless they figure out something and they slow down. They slow the game down a little bit and reemphasize a little on defense.
Over the last 5 seasons, NBA players have had nearly as many historic games as the prior 20 seasons. Either defense is getting worse, offense is getting much better, or a little bit of both. But these are just regular season games. What about in the playoffs? I mean, 50 points in the playoffs would undoubtedly be greater than 50 points in a regular season matchup. So, who has the highest game score of any playoff game?
Was that Cleveland and Chicago game in the playoffs? No, it wasn't. I don't think it was. Okay. Find out. Dude, is it going to be Michael Jordan again at 63?
It's not Kobe, it's not Harden, and it's not Michael.
Oh!
On May 4th, 1994...
Chuck! MVP Phoenix Suns Chuck. Damn, he probably got 20-something rebounds this day.
The first round of the playoffs, none other than Sir Charles himself piled up the highest game score since the stat was introduced. In a win against the Golden State Warriors, Charles Barkley scored 56 points, 24 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals on 74% shooting.
God damn, I remember this game.
A game score of 52.6. In fact, Barkley's performance was so dominating that night that he's the only player to ever achieve a playoff game score higher than 50.
Wow. First of all, dude, Charles Barkley, that MVP year when they went to the finals, we went to the finals, but he lost, they lost to Jordan and the Bulls. Dude, Charles Barkley was so good that year. Like, he played his ass off, and this just shows it. He'd have nights like this, especially in the playoffs. He wanted that ring so bad, but Jordan was just hungrier. 56 points. Jordan has matched him, but those rebounds. 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block, 2 steals. So he made it all up with the rebounds. And that's what gave him the top spot over Jordan. That's really cool, man. Look at Hakeem Olajuwon down here. Fucking A, 49 and 25. Charles is here again. 43, 15, and 10. What a triple-double, man. Damn, he was so hungry. Dirky. If you got more rebounds, Dirk. Vince Carter, man. I can't believe Charles is on top of this list, but I do remember this.
Oddly enough, Michael Jordan is the only player that has a top 10 regular season game score and a top 10 playoff game score.
Oh yeah, really?
No other player since the introduction of the game score has a top 10 dominating performance in both the regular season and the playoffs.
I can't believe Kobe's not on. No, he's not in on the playoffs.
Which is fascinating. So who had the greatest game of all time? Well, according to game score, that would be Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
If we are referring to when it matters most in the playoffs,
Michael Jeffrey.
It's Charles Barkley. Let me know in the comments below, what was the best NBA game you've ever watched? Any surprises on this list? Be sure to subscribe to join High Roller Nation, and as always, until next time.
Dude, what a video. Ah, man, that one got me all pumped up because, like, a lot of these topics that we cover on this channel, like, a lot of insight on. This one caught me off guard. I didn't think Jordan was going to be on the top of that list. I didn't think he had the greatest game of all time, but here we go, been proven wrong. And I certainly didn't think it was Charles Barkley for the playoffs. But that game I did watch live as a kid, so that's so cool to see it on here. Anyways, rambling aside, did this go the way you guys expected it to go? Did you guys predict it was Jordan? And more importantly, did you predict that Charles Barkley was going to have the best playoff game of all time? I doubt that. Anyways, put it down in the comments below. And also, let me know if you actually got to see any of these games live or if you went back and watched any of them. And yeah, let's talk it out down below. I enjoyed this one. I hope you guys did too. If you don't mind leaving me a like and subscribe to the channel if you like the content. And let's talk it out down below with some comments. Once again, this was the Jimmy X High Roller video. Highly suggest you check out his channel. And link of the original video is down below. So, all right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.